Dinanath High School and Junior College, Dhantoli, Nagpur. Her topic is the role art, sport, music play in the holistic education.
A very hearty good evening to the chairpersons, the distinguished principals present here, and all my dear teacher friends. This is a short introduction about myself. To cut it short, I am a doctorate in education and I am a postgraduate in 13 subjects. And जैसे वो बीच में सेशन में हुआ था, sir was saying that work in progress है, तो मेरा भी work in progress है. I am a learner as well as a teacher. I am still continuing my learning. I'm happy to share with you a good news that recently on Teachers' Day I was awarded with the Government of Maharashtra State Best Teacher Award titled Kranti Jyoti Savitri Bai Phule Rajya Shikshak Gaurav Puraskar. I thought I'll just share this with you. That was a short introduction. Apart from being the resource person for the language English, I'm also a writer for all the Bal Bharati books, right from standard 6 to 10, higher as well as lower English. Thank you. Next. I have divided this paper into 4 parts. The first part we will have a conceptual, we clear our concepts regarding a few terms like education, holistic, art, sports, music, etc. Second part will be dealing with the ancient education system. Third part will deal with the new education policy, and lastly I will conclude my paper. Next. Throughout the paper, I have interspersed my presentation with thoughts and quotes by great philosophers and thinkers. As the Rigveda says, Anu Bhadra Kratavo Yantu Vishwataha, that is, let noble thought come to us from all directions. So I find them very inspiring, so I thought I'll really include that. Next. The very first term that we are going to deal with is the term education. The term education deals with the means to cater to the needs of the ever-growing and ever-changing society. Philosophers and thinkers from Socrates and Plato to Dewey and Gandhi have tried to define education according to their own thinking and philosophy, and hence they emerged widely different definitions. But the dictionary meaning of the term education previous means to bring up a child, to train, instruct mentally and morally. Next. Today, the term education has a very broad perspective and it does not confine itself to the literal meaning, but it includes dimensions like moral, cultural, social, intellectual, physical, national and even international. Next. Education makes an individual stronger emotionally, rationally, socially, culturally, and above all, it makes a person tolerant. And I think Helen Keller has very rightly said that the highest result of education is tolerance. I really think that once a person learns the ability to tolerate, he or she will definitely bring about peace in the world, and which is essentially the need of the hour. Because our students are of the Instagram age. They want instant gratification. They want everything at an instant. So we must instill this quality of patience and tolerance among our students. Next. The next important term that we are moving ahead to is holistic. Now, holistic education is an approach to teaching that focuses on the academics and social needs of the students. The dictionary meaning of the word holistic is relating to or concerned with wholes rather than wholes, or with complete systems rather than with the individual parts. It engages all the aspects of the learner in head, heart and hand. Next, who else can define holistic education better than Gandhiji? He says, by education I mean an all-round drawing out of the best in the child and man in mind, body and spirit. Next. The next word is art. The very word art gives us a sense of freedom and helps loosen our creative capabilities and abilities. The metamorphosis which took place in the life of Darshi in the movie Tare Zameen Pe is a befitting example here. And truly, I think if all of us can imbibe even 50% of what Amir Khan of the movie did for the child, I think we can do wonders with our children. The dictionary meaning of the word art is the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form such as painting or sculpture, producing works to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power. Next, I really loved this profound quote by Pablo Picasso. He says, art washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life. Next, the next important term that we are going to deal with is sports. Sports teaches us values like team spirit, healthy competition, sharing, caring, meeting different people from various backgrounds. It broadens their outlook and it really makes them well-rounded individuals. The dictionary next. Meaning of the word sport is an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. We have all heard of the saying, a sound mind in a sound body. Next, and Sir Chinmoy has very rightly said that sports and life cannot be separated, they are one. Next, it is a proven fact that benefits of music are incredible. Music boosts the brain, it stimulates the parts of the brain associated with academic achievement. Music improves memory, it enhances creativity, it improves social skills, it improves language and reading skills, it enhances confidence, and it creates cultural and personal connections, and much more. The dictionary defines it as vocal or instrumental sounds or both combined in such a way as to produce beauty of form, harmony, expression of emotion. Next, Hans Christian Andersen has also very rightly said, where words fail, music speaks. And the greatest Lebanese American writer and poet Khalil Gibran puts it so well. He says, music is the language of the spirit. It opens the secret of life, bringing peace, abolishing strife. Next, Peter Gray has very rightly said, give childhood back to children. If we want our offspring to have happy, productive and modern lives, we must allow more time for play, not less. I really loved what Frederick Froebel has said regarding play. Play is the highest expression of human development in childhood, for it alone is the free expression of what is in a child's soul. So, the dictionary defines it as engage in play, means engage in activity for enjoyment or recreation rather than a serious or practical purpose. Next, I really love this quote by Maria Montessori. She says, play is the work of the child. And another thing which I like was said by Dane Aukerman. She says, play is the brain's favorite way of learning. Next, part 2 will deal with ancient education pattern. We have been learning since morning about it, but this will be like a revision. The ancient education system in India began with the Rig Veda, which dealt with the growth and taking care of our inner and outer self of the individual. It focused on moral, spiritual, and intellectual aspects of life. It was later followed by other forms of Vedas and Upanishads. India's oldest university, the Takshila and the Nalanda, which was the first residential university, taught Buddhist philosophy, grammar, mathematics, logic, and medicine. Next, education was imparted at home, in the temple, in gurukuls, chaupas, pathshalas. The syllabus as well as the selection of students was completely in the hands of the teacher. Method of teaching was discussion and debate. Ancient education pattern followed the holistic development of the students through rich culture and tradition. Next, part 3 will deal with the new education policy. The modern education system was introduced in India by the British, which changed the age-old archaic system. The modern education system followed a pyramidal structure with the pre-primary, then primary, then elementary and high school, and the secondary, and then the higher education. NEP 2020 is a comprehensive policy that aims to revamp the entire educational system in India. It has introduced several key features, changes, which focuses on transforming education to meet the demands of the 21st century. Next. Now let us see the key features of the NEP. The first one is holistic and multidisciplinary education, which emphasizes holistic development, critical thinking and experiential learning. It promotes a multidisciplinary approach, allowing to choose subjects from various fields. Second is early childhood care education, which aims to provide quality early education for children aged 3 to 6 years. Then third is mother tongue as a medium of instruction, especially in the early years. Next is assessment reforms, that is from rote memorization and to more comprehensive and continuous assessment. Alright, and then we have the teacher training and professional development for enhancement of the skill and knowledge of the teachers. Then technology integration, it promotes digital literacy. Then we have flexibility of choice, enabling students to explore various areas of interest. Then equity and inclusion, which will include children with special needs and special abilities. Then community participation, which emphasizes involving parents and communities in the education process. Next, now we will see that NEP's approach to holistic learning from this chart. It focuses on multidisciplinary education, higher order thinking skills, experiential learning, technology integration and hands-on learning, that is kinesthetic learning. Last. Next, we now come to the last part, that is conclusion. So to conclude with, this holistic concept and system of education that we are speaking about is not new to us. We have been following it from eons. Next, these are the 21st century skills: critical thinking, collaboration, communication and creativity. Next, the 4 C's of the 21st century are communication, collaboration, creativity and critical thinking. Next, the 21st century skills, learning skills, which include critical thinking, creativity, communication, collaboration. Then we have the literacy skills and life skills. Next, in this chart also you will see the 21st century skills. So to conclude with, I would like to reiterate the fact that we have always been following a holistic type of approach in our teaching. This is not new for us. This is like having an old wine in a new bottle. Okay. Our ancient principle of Savidya Ya Vimuktaye, or education is which that liberates, alright, is we have been following throughout. We already know that if academic knowledge is the foundation of learning, then co-curricular activities play a pivotal role in shaping our students into well-rounded individuals and thus achieving the holistic approach to education. Thank you.